Hello and welcome to today's video. Today, we're here, unique recording setup. We're recording on my phone and then using my computer for the information. Normally it's the opposite, but it be like that sometimes with things not wanting to work. But either way, we're here. Super cool setup in the background. And I want to talk about something that came out a week ago. The 2023 NASCAR Cup Series schedule. I didn't make this video last week. I didn't really cross my mind to make it. Obviously, we're not really doing many videos in September, but I just sort of felt like, well, let's do this one. Of course, we did last year, reacting to the 2022 schedule, so why not do it for 2023? Starting with the LA Coliseum, the clash there. Obviously, that was quite fun to watch back in February of this year. So it'd be cool to sort of see that again. Very, very small track, but just overall seeing the LA Coliseum, obviously very, very iconic stadium, turned into a NASCAR track, is quite cool and definitely adds a different vibe to the clash than less cars at Daytona that you kind of got the last few years. Obviously, then you have Daytona Duels. Those are on my birthday, so looking forward to that. It's always cool around, Speed Weeks, or now Speed Week. But, something in that time would always have the potential to fall on my birthday. So it's always cool to watch some racing on my birthday. So we got the duels on February 16th. Daytona 500, obviously. Auto Club, the final race on the 2-mile layout. You then have Las Vegas, Phoenix, your typical West Coast tracks, kind of in there. Switch up the order of those every year, or a little bit here or there, but I don't really think that it's changed from this year. Maybe, I don't know. Whatever, it's those same tracks. I do wish Phoenix maybe didn't have a race in here. I just feel like Phoenix doesn't need 2 races. Same with Las Vegas. Is Las Vegas got 2? Yeah, Las Vegas is playoffs. Why would that not be? I don't know. I just feel like Phoenix. I feel like the championship race shouldn't have 2 tracks. I feel like if you're gonna do, if we're doing playoffs, especially, I feel like the championship race should just be, that last race. I guess me growing up with Homestead always being the championship race, the final race of the year, I always just liked going to that one track one time. It kind of made the end of the year kind of special. But if you go to a track you've already seen once, and also Phoenix is mid, let's be honest. We then have Atlanta, of course, one of the super speedways, 400 miles. Are they both 400-mile Atlanta races? That's the question. They are. That's a good change. I know it's 500. Yeah. 500 miles of Atlanta was a bit much for the spring race. Then we have Circuit of the Americas. We're going to see that back. There's rumors that may be getting dropped because it obviously deals with Texas, the way that works, which we'll get to soon with how the All-Star race and all that's tied together. But basically, if the All-Star race wasn't going to be at Texas wanted to have 2 dates, but they kind of promote Circuit of the Americas. So, yeah. Richmond, Bristol Dirt's back. Another Easter. That's always cool. Easter is a day off. Why not have some racing on it? Martinsville, that one's a Sunday race. And it's not a night race. It's a day race. There's really not many night races. I think there's only like two. I think there's only two Saturday night races. Talladega, Dover, Kansas, Darlington. And then, of course, we get to the All-Star race, which was announced before the schedule. But North Wilkesboro, man, I'm excited to see North Wilkesboro. The last race at North Wilkesboro was a few years before I was born, so I've never seen a race at North Wilkesboro. So that will be quite cool to see. I really liked watching the iRacing North Wilkesboro race they did in, was that 2020 or 2021? 2020, I believe. Yeah, that's when it was actually worth watching. 2021, they tried to bring the iRacing back, and it was kind of, nobody cared anymore. The iRacing worked in the time that it was out on TV. But when they wrapped up the iRacing in 2020, of course, those were the races that they kind of put on when there was no actual racing during the beginning of COVID. They finished with North Wilkesboro because Dale Jr. did like a whole thing, getting people to come out there, clean it up, be involved in that. So iRacing could scan it. They made the track. Because at that point, it didn't seem like North Wilkesboro necessarily was going to be revived. But it's coming back, and to see that on the schedule is pretty cool. And the fact that it took away a date from Texas, in a way, obviously, North Wilkesboro taken off the calendar to give Texas a race, is funny to see. After that, Coke 600, then we have Gateway, Sonoma. People wanted Sonoma in the beginning of the year with the West Coast tracks. Definitely was hoping for that as well. I think that seeing Sonoma with the green grass would look so cool. But maybe some other point. I think maybe 2024 we'll get a bigger shift in it. Maybe, is it 24 or 25? Whatever the new TV deal comes out, I think we can see a bigger shift. Nashville Super Speedway. And then follow that up with Chicago Street Course. So, let's see. How do we feel about Chicago Street Course? Obviously, Chicago Street Course is the only brand new track on the calendar, and North Wilkesboro is the only other track that wasn't on the calendar last year that is this year. So, of those two, obviously North Wilkesboro is very hype. Chicago Street Circuit, or I'm going to call it Street Circuit. Chicago Street Course. I think it's cool. I think that street courses are fun to watch when I watch Formula One. I always like, those different ones. Azerbaijan, Jeddah, if it wasn't in Saudi Arabia. Monaco's a bit mid, but what are those streets? Singapore. So yeah, the street courses are fun to watch in Formula One. So I don't see why it'd be different for NASCAR. I think that road courses are fun to watch. I love road courses. I love the amount that are on the calendar. So wish we don't have to lose Road America. But, having 8 road courses, or what is it, 7 or 8? I think Xfinity has 8. But, yeah, I think it's cool. I'm looking forward to seeing more, what the layout's going to really look like, how it's going to go. But I'm very excited for that race next summer. Then we have the second Atlanta race, New Hampshire, Pocono. Richmond is moved to the end of July. Also a day race. We then wrap up the season with Michigan. Indy Road Course. Glad to see we're staying on Indy Road Course and not going to the Oval. Indy Road Course is a very cool track layout. If they can do a race at the Indy Road Course that isn't a complete meme, that would be fun. Of course, 2021, with the curb coming up. 2022, nobody knew how to go into a corner because everybody went 6 wide into a 2 wide corner, because you're naturally going to do that when you race to make as many spots as possible. But you could avoid that. You'd be good. After Indy Road Course, we go to Watkins Glen. So 2 weeks back-to-back road courses. Very excited about that. And then wrap up the regular season with Daytona, as it has been since 2020. And then you hit the playoffs, which are still the same as this year. So nothing changes with the playoffs from 2022, 2023. You still get Darlington, Kansas, Bristol for round of 16, round of 12, Texas, Talladega, and Charlotte Road Course. Round of 8's Las Vegas, Homestead, Martinsville. And the championship, once again, will be in Phoenix. As if the championship in Phoenix was super thrilling and exciting in 2020 and 2021. Oh boy, what a way to finish the season with Phoenix. I don't mind Phoenix. I don't want this to seem like I'm roasting Phoenix, because I did it earlier. I think Phoenix is a good track. I enjoy watching races of Phoenix. Like, a little before they changed it, not necessarily the biggest fan of the changing where the start line is that they did, I believe. What was that? Is that 2019? 2018, something like that. Not a big fan of that, but I think Phoenix is a solid track. I just don't think it's championship worthy. I liked when Phoenix was the race before the last race. Second to last. We'll use that word. But yeah, that's the schedule. I think overall it's pretty cool. I'm very excited about North Wilkesboro and the Chicago Street Circuit. Again, disappointing Road America's gone, but everything else, I'm pretty happy with it. Real quick for other notes, just looking at the other series to give just a little of my opinion on it. Xfinity Series also going to Chicago. That's pretty cool. And also staying in Portland for that road course. I'd like to see how that would go in a race that maybe wasn't wet. I liked it in the wet weather, but I like to sort of see how it would go if it was just purely racing that track without the wet conditions. Xfinity Series is staying in Road America, of course. It raced in Road America before Cup Series came. Cup Series came for 2 years. But back to Road America as being a Xfinity race. I think it's cool. It's good to see that NASCAR didn't completely leave Road America. At least we still get a race there for the Xfinity Series. I don't think there's anything other notes for that series. Then we head to the Truck Series, the now Craftsman Truck Series once again, which has one more race than it did before. That now has 24 races instead of 23. Let's see. Staying on Bristol Dirt. That will also be on North Wilkesboro. That's cool. North Wilkesboro will have a points race for the Truck Series. So that's cool. Other notable things is going to Milwaukee Mile. I didn't really watch the races then, but back when they last raced at Milwaukee, but I think it'll be pretty cool to see a race there. Obviously, it's, from what I've heard, a very iconic track, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. But yeah, that's what we got. So overall, though, Cup schedule, pretty good. to me.